Hi, you are on Smooth Annotations with Ms. Alston, and today we're going to analyze an excerpt from the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass. We want to make sure that we note that this is an autobiography, so it will be written from first person. Next, as we're annotating, this is what we're going to focus on. First, words. I know a lot of times we want to just highlight examples, but remember, words matter. So make sure that you are highlighting those in pink and asking yourself, what does this word make me see, feel, think? So what do I associate with that word? And then what does this word do for the text? So how does it enhance Douglass's tone? Next, we're going to highlight transitions because transitions let us know how we're moving through the text and what type of information Douglass will provide. Go ahead, you have 60 seconds to read the background. I'm going to pause the video and give you time to do that as I circulate through the class. 3, 2, 1. I'm now going to move throughout my Think Aloud, and as I'm providing the Think Aloud, I want you to go ahead and highlight what I have, but don't stress about the notes. I will pause and make sure that you're able to copy down the notes. I'm going to stop through sentences and expound on my thoughts throughout the Think Aloud so that you can see how I thought through the text in certain parts and chunks, okay? I now come to the part of my life during which I planned and finally succeeded in making my escape from slavery. But before narrating any of the peculiar circumstances, I deem it proper to make known my intention not to state all of the facts connected with the transaction. So, I noted the word now, letting us know he's going to immediately provide his argument. And then I highlighted escape from slavery because that's what this text is about to outline for us, is how he did that. But then he immediately, in the next sentence, I underline, but before, because he's now saying, well, I'm going to share this with you, but I need to give a disclaimer that before I do this, I'm not going to tell you everything, which I underline because that's important. The fact that you're saying you're going to share something with us, but you're not going to tell us everything. I highlight the word peculiar because when you think of the word peculiar, what comes to your mind? I usually think of something really like odd or mysterious, and thus it kind of creates like a sense of curiosity in me as the reader. I'm going to continue starting with my reasons. My reasons for pursuing this course may be understood from the following. First, were I to give a minute statement of all the facts, it is not only possible, but quite probable that others would thereby be involved in the most embarrassing difficulties. Secondly, such a statement would most undoubtedly induce greater vigilance on the part of the slaveholders that existed heretofore among them, which would, of course, be the means of guarding a door whereby some dear brother bondman might escape his galling chains. So, I stop here. I noted, he's listing his reasons. So I noted the first, the second, and I noted but, because anytime we see but, they're letting us know, hey, yes, I'm going to do this, but here's a contradiction to what I'm about to say. For the word induce greater vigilance, I feel like when you induce something, it's like you're causing something to happen, and usually it's something very powerful. And then vigilance, I think, adds intensity as well. Okay. Because it's like somebody is doing something with intense action. All right. And then the word dear brother bondman, I just felt like that was an example of alliteration. And when somebody says dear, I kind of think of that word like creating empathy for whoever it is you're talking about, or it's somebody that you care about. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue. I deeply regret the necessity that impels me to suppress anything of importance connected with my experience in slavery. It would afford me great pleasure indeed, as well as materially add to the interest of my narrative. Were I at liberty to gratify a curiosity which I know exists in the minds of many, but an accurate statement of all the facts pertaining to my most fortunate escape. But I must deprive myself of this pleasure, and the curious of the gratification which such a statement would afford. I would allow myself to suffer under the greatest imputations which evil-minded men might suggest, rather than exculpate myself and thereby run the hazard of closing the slightest avenue by which a brother slave might clear himself of the chains and fetters of slavery. So, some of the words that I noted were galling. Impels, I felt like was a powerful word because it's something that is just pushing you forward. But then suppress, to me, was opposite, like it's bringing you back. Then I noted to gratify curiosity, because I think that kind of goes back to the beginning, the idea that, like, yes, I know we really want this information and you want to know the details, but I have to, once again, let you know why I can't tell you everything. And then here I noted the word but, because I feel like when somebody is like, yeah, I want to do this, but it's almost like you're saying, sorry, I care more about my brethren than, enhancing my writing by being super specific and, causing problems. And so I feel like he's using words like which, would, whereby, thereby, by which. All of those transitions is how Douglas is providing his reasoning and really letting us know the implications of, or the possible implications of his action. All right. And then this last part, he's providing closing the slightest avenue by which a brother slave might clear himself of the chains. He's once again adding to that context that he tells us in the beginning about, hey, this could really add to slaveholders. It would give them too much information, and in the end, it would work against those that I truly care about being free men. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, post the picture of my annotations. Make sure that you have what I have annotated as well. And if you have any questions, just let me know.